Hello there. It's been a long time since I've done a daily yap video. So anyway, this is daily yap number 29, I think. And oh damn, I forgot what I wanted to talk about. Oh, now I remember. So I wanted to talk about something. It's an observation on shorts and like short form content. So lately I've been consuming a lot of this type of content. I'm talking YouTube Shorts or like Instagram Reels and things like that. And for a long time I've noticed something that it's like very particular, you know? Maybe this is because I'm like slightly autistic, but I always like focus on, of course, like the way that people expresses their thoughts or the ideas that they are trying to share. And one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of the times people do like very exaggerated faces. So, for example, right now I'm talking normal. This is how I would talk with someone if you were like right in front of me. But when people talk in these videos, and this is going to be a very bad impression, it's going to be like, I noticed something so strange. When people talk, I've noticed something. And it's like, dude, like nobody talks like that in real life, and the reason for why they do these things, it's pretty obvious, right? Like the short form content is made for engagement. And a guy talking normally to the camera, like I am doing right now, like no fancy lighting, no my face like super close to the camera or anything like that. It's not going to be engaging. Actually, there's a reason why I get like 10 views per video, at least at the current moment. So once again, it makes sense, right? Like the meta or like the most effective tactic available or strategy when it comes to content is to be really over the top. This is actually part of like a bigger issue, which is, of course, the fact that it seems like there's a lot of like degeneracy in content lately. It's like, back in the day, it used to be enough with a guy that was like, sharing their opinions or like information. Now it has to be like very over the top, like I consume 20,000 calories in one day. I walk for like 100,000 steps, shit like that. And why do I think that this is like a problem or that I'm making this observation? Because I think that that eventually is going to lead into like some changes into the way that people view the world. So what do I mean by this, Of course, it's not going to affect older people. And by older, I mean like me, I'm almost 30, or older, because we've had already like a long time in the world, where you get to experience like real life and like normalcy, Oh man, I'm sounding like a boomer right now, but whatever. But when it comes to like young children, I'm trying to think about some of my students, like how would it be since you are like what, 12 or like 10 or like even younger, you of course engage into the algorithm and you're always seeing people being so over the top about everything, like even about expressions. Like of course that's going to do something to your brain, maybe you will find like normal interactions, like real life interactions, boring or like toned down, because in comparison they are, right? Like me speaking like this right now is not really, how to say, like a super engaging thing, Well, I hope that it's because of the ideas that I share, but in when we talk about the form of the way that I'm expressing all these thoughts and opinions, they're not particularly engaging. Once again, I don't have like flashy lights behind me or like a nice setup that I can show you guys. It's just like the ideas in my head and me talking normally. And yeah, I think that once again, like this is going to be, I guess, I don't know if it's going to be a problem, to be honest. I think it will be, but I don't have certainty on that. So that's why I just want to leave that observation. It's like if you see short form content, you will start to see how people express themselves differently for the most part. Of course, there are like normal content creators, I guess, um, because that's what engages people, But then again, that's not like real life. And a lot of people think, yeah, of course, it's content, it's not real life, it's all fake. But that's the thing, like content also has had so many like setup and things that, back in the day, it used to be like, oh, clearly this is a comedy sketch. Now it's like a rage baity, or like some things that seems to be almost like it's real, Like, for example, the amount of times that I've seen um, reels, quote unquote, that end up being actually ads, it's like, dude, like this is baffling. Now you can't tell the difference. Like commercials used to be pretty different from when people talk, and now it's almost like a mix between content and publicity a lot of the times. So yeah, once again, I don't really have like a nice conclusion about this. I just wanted to make that observation. And to be like pretty more specific, I watch a channel about PC building, which is called CTT, CTT Tech Tips, I think. Well, but it's suck. I'm sure you can Google or like look for it in YouTube. And if you start really like looking at his content, I start seeing how he is so exaggerated with so many of his expressions. And I'm like, dude, like this is weird for me, to the point that I actually notice. And then sometimes I drop some comments on there. And yeah, I mean, once again, I don't have a conclusion about this. It's only an observation. But if you pay more attention to the type of content that you watch, I think that you will eventually realize this. And once again, I think it's something that will be a problem because people, younger generations, will get used to it and will think that that's what engaging or like interesting people say. Well, hell, I mean, I think we've already seen like the ramifications of all of this. In politics, it's pretty clear. The more outlandish the idea, the bigger the statements. It seems that it works more for whatever reason. I mean, I think I know, but this video is already like way too long and I don't want to delve into that topic. But yeah, I mean, once again, just to wrap up the video, the observation is notice how the human expressions in most of the short form content videos are exaggerated and how it's all over the place. It's not like some guys that do it, it's most of the guys, most of the successful guys. When I say guys, I mean guys and girls. And I think it's important that we think about the ramifications of this for younger generations and for the future, because it has come to a point where clearly social media is not going anywhere, but the effect that social media has in reality is really something that we should be conscious, at least conscious about that. So anyway, I don't have any more insights, so I'll just wrap up the video. See ya.